company culture, does that come under your responsibilities? And what is your culture like, and how do you promote it?
So we have a culture sort of across Uber around, Travis is very keen on best idea wins. So you shouldn't be worried about stepping on people's toes. Whoever it is, if you think you've got a better idea, then you should have put it forward. So it's a very flat culture, very entrepreneurial, very decentralized, so that each general manager is really, Travis talks to them as the CEO of their city or their market. So very, very decentralized. And as we grow, I guess some of the challenges will be, how do you make sure you still allow that autonomy and entrepreneurialism, but you still keep some consistency, make sure the company as a whole still keeps that same culture.
Yeah.
And then we're going into a lot of developing markets, and obviously the technical challenges as you go into Asia, into Africa. We're in Bogota, Riyadh, Abu Dhabi, India, China, all of these countries alone sort of provide their own challenges technically as well.
I was on Google Now the other day and checking a map, and it was like giving me the tube and the bus, and the tube in London, you're like, oh, do I go there and there or there? And then at the bottom it said, or take an Uber. And I was just wondering how important it's been to have Google Ventures as one of your investors. And I guess they're not just an investor, because they do help with marketing and maps and things like that. Has that been a big help or a medium help?
I think the two parts are quite separate, actually, the sort of investment from Google Ventures and then any commercial partnerships with Google. So we're very happy that we've managed to build that commercial relationship around the Uber option in Google, but it's quite separate from the investment. And we've actually now...
But I never see an Addison Lee option there. It's always just Uber.
We've actually opened up our API now, so any apps, or any developers can integrate Uber into their app and show where the nearest cars are, the ETAs, the prices, do price estimates and things like that. So it's going to be quite exciting to see what they do and how people use it. Our launch partners included TripAdvisor. Here in London, our launch partner was Time Out. So when you go to the Time Out app, you open up the page. On the details page, you can also see the option to get an Uber and see where the cars are. So obviously the natural partners for this are travel or events and going out, but it's going to be really interesting to see what other companies do with that option.
Peter Thiel recently said in that class he's teaching at Stanford, how to start a startup. He had a lecture called "Competition is for Losers," and that any good startup should just try to be a monopoly, and they should just go in trying to own a market. Is that something you think about? Because you're not, like you said, you were not competing with Halo. They can sign up. It doesn't sound like you look at this market as you have competition. It sounds like you're just building your own infrastructure, and people can join or not. Is that kind of the mentality?
Well, we think it's another option. I think competition is actually good, and it's good for us. It keeps us on our toes, and it's good for the industry. From a customer side, it means you get better value, better quality, better service. But importantly, from the driver side, it makes sure that all the companies are giving the best economic opportunities to the drivers, giving them the flexibility or sort of perks that they want. So I think it's a positive thing. But it's a very competitive industry, and you're competing not only with taxi and private hire, but with tube, bus, every other form of transport as well.
Don't miss London Real. Subscribe now.
Many technology entrepreneurs don't know how to pitch their startup, and when you're doing a startup you can't afford expensive PR people and things like that, so you have to pitch the media yourself, and they weren't doing it right. In London you have the financial industry, financial tech industry is very big, you have a fashion industry, it's very big, media is big, arts, culture, you name it. So all these vertical industries are all equally big. Silicon Valley is no longer a place, it's a state of mind. So if you have that state of mind, you can do anything.